That's the one.
So in the first trial, we can move on. We can talk about how the two girls who were exhibiting, they were bewitched, and when they went to trial, they basically point out Tituba.
Well, they accused
two other
women, and it was
homeless women.
Yeah, one was homeless, and one was just the other lady was just like, she wasn't married, and I guess she was kind of like a reputation for, sleeping around.
Yeah.
She was like, she didn't have a husband or nothing, and she was very promiscuous, just an independent woman, really.
Yeah.
And then they were like, yeah, she's a witch, and then evidently they have the court trials have been very well documented. Like, they still have transcripts from the actual proceedings.
Yeah.
And like they were saying how the woman, I think Betty was her name. Was that the older woman?
I believe it was.
Well, anyway, one of them, they would what they would do is, if the woman moved their head, the bewitched girls that were in the front would just stop spazzing out and moving their head and doing this weird things. And if they moved their hands, they would contort in such a way that it made it look like the woman that was accused was like had some kind of sway over the bewitched women, kids. They were like between 12 and 20. It was, I think, 3 of them, right? 3 or 4 of them?
Yeah. There was a few, yeah. At that point, it was, the 2 girls, evolved into, other girls. It was Mercy Lewis. That was the girl who came from a family who the Indians killed her family.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that one, yeah. Because she was like, when she was a kid, her family's house got raided by Indians, and they were all killed, and she just had hid away, and they didn't get her. But obviously traumatized,
Yeah, so. Her, Elizabeth Hubbard, Mary Walcott, and Mary Warren. So those were the girls in the trial who had said that they've seen Satan's book, and they knew who.
Yeah, they were called the Afflicted.
Yeah,
right?
So they blamed Tituba.
Tituba.
I'm just saying it now because she hates it.
Yeah, no. Tituba.
They blamed a poor beggar called Sarah Good, and an elderly woman called Sarah Osborne were the first 3 to get accused of witchcraft.
Yep.
But and if you think about it like this, these people weren't like prominent people, so it was like they weren't gonna easily defend themselves. It was like almost like the perfect few people. One is a slave, another one is
a poor woman,
begging woman, and then the other one is an elderly woman who lives on her own.
Yeah,
so it was like people that they knew they weren't getting a fight out of.
Yeah. Really, it just seems like the public had something to talk about.
Yeah.
Because it was like, it was hard times and everything, and like all this shit going on, and they were just like, yo, we got witches in this town. Shit's going down. And it was like an event every time they'd had the trial. Like the whole town was there.
Yeah.
And they'd see these kids up front just like flaying around like they're like bewitched and getting hit by a ghost and shit.
Yeah.
And then like the people up front are like, no, don't fucking kill me. I didn't do it. I have no idea what's going on. And then you have Tituba.
Yeah.
Teshuba. I don't know. And
she saw the writing on the wall. She was like...
And then she just comes up with this bullshit story about like flying to Boston to this meeting, and like a lot of like she flew to Boston and then had a book and signed with blood, and it was like these orgies and stuff going on, I think.
Yep.
Kinds of shit.
So those 3 women were all brought between the 2 magistrates, Jonathan Corwin and John Hawthorne. And they were questioned. Tituba confessed. She said that she basically was like an informant, right? She's giving them exactly what they want.
Or
she said
exactly
that
what
she-
they wanted to hear, really, because I don't really think she was guilty.
She said that she was acting in service of the devil against the Puritans. So she wanted, her goal was to spread the devil through the community, and she accused others, including Martha Corey, Rebecca Nurse, who were both regarded as upstanding members of the church and community, and a 4-year-old daughter, Sarah Good.
Well, I mean, think about it. She's a slave, essentially.
Yeah.
So, I mean, now you get all these people, you're in the center of attention in this trial, and then they're like, you're a witch, tell us you're a witch, do this. And then she's just like, shit, I'm gonna get beat up if I say no. If I just should say what I gotta say. And then in the back of her head, she's like, oh, you know what? I can send all these bitches that were fucking, giving
All
me
these
problems.
witches that were witches
I mean,
to
like,
me.
you think about it. I mean, the